Good morning, everyone. And how are you this lovely Thursday? I can tell you the weirdness of the week continues. And it doesn't seem to be slowing down. Really doesn't seem to be slowing down. But, I haven't watched any of Brian's videos lately, but something tells me that what he said in a past video is if you think things are weird now, get ready for late September and into October. Watch how weird things get then. I have no reason to doubt that. Not really much to cover. I don't know if I had anything on my brain for sort of a prelude to this whole thing. It's gone now, so maybe we'll just kind of get on with things, shall we? Alright, we are back to normal. We got tarot, we got oracle, we got runes. I have decided to make Wednesday the rune casting Wednesday. Kind of keeping things a little fresh, Of course, as always, if you have anything that you would like to see differently on this channel, comment in the comments down below. Let me know over my social media on any of these websites that you're seeing on the screen right now. Links are also in the description down below. Talk to me on Twitter. I was actually thinking for a second about maybe releasing my Discord. I don't know. I don't have a Discord channel. I'm not sure that that's really appropriate. Not really sure. But if you wanted to message me on any of the social media or here, you can certainly do so. Also, if you would like a personal reading, we operate under the Gabo principle here. You just go down below, have a look, have a peek around, and just kind of see some things that I've got there. And if you send me so much as a $10 book, well, you will get readings. And what to expect is right there. Alright, so let's not make this long-winded. I need to get this done and in the pipe. I need to get breakfast thrown down my throat. And just a few other things done before I have to head out for work today. Let's start doing it. So our guide for today is going to be awfully random, and it is, oh boy, like I said, this week just gets more and more strange. Odin's brother Loki. So we really don't deal with Loki much, but we do know that Loki is a shapeshifter. We know that things aren't always what they seem with him. So we gotta be a little careful when dealing with him. We may have a Loki type in our lives. Understand I'm not the biggest fan of Loki, as he does bring about Ragnarok, but here is what we know. So we talked about communication yesterday, oration, clear speech. We've often talked about playing a little more, laughter. That is a gift. Look how many people are trying to kill all of comedy right now because someone might be offended, oh goodness. They're clutching their pearls. It is not a personal attack, ladies and gentlemen. It is a joke. Learn to take one. So there may be someone in your life that isn't what they seem. Try a little bit of a lighthearted approach. So what tricksters tend to do is they tend to teach some pretty harsh life lessons. They'll trick you, they'll change shape on you, they play the fool, or they just simply play. So I don't know if you know this, but there is a poem called Thrymskvida. And in Thrymskvida, the giant Thrym had stolen Thor's hammer Mjolnir and was keeping it. And he wouldn't let go of it unless he had Freya's hand in marriage. Loki found out about this and took this news back to Asgard, where this is one of Loki's kind of more heroic stories, where he helped the gods more than he put them in the shit, if you will. So naturally Thor is in a rage, and Loki says, I have a plan. You're not going to like it, but I have a plan. And the plan was to dress Thor as Freya, which further enraged Thor. He was not happy about this, and to cut a long story short, he and Loki then whisked off to Thrym's mountain in Jotunheim, where Thrym of course met them and began the feast. Huge wedding feast, and he noticed some odd things. Number one, Thor was eating quite a bit. And he goes to Loki and he's like, why is Freya eating so much? And Loki tells him, oh, not to worry, not to worry. You see, she's been traveling for 9 nights and she's barely eaten a thing. She's been so excited. And so Thrym, satisfied with this, says, okay. Then he notices Freya is drinking all of his giants under the table. And he's like, what's going on? And of course, Loki's like, I told you, she's been traveling for 9 nights. She barely had a drop to drink. She couldn't drink. She was so excited. Okay. Well, satisfied that everything is on the up and up, Thrym summons the bearer of Mjolnir, who brings the hammer to Freya, lays it in her lap, and that's when Thrym notices not all is as it seems, because right then Thor comes out from underneath the disguise and proceeds to kill everyone. Just a fun little story. I know it's going to make this video long, and I said I didn't want to do that, but hey, happens. Anyway, who is our spirit animal for today? We've got a white raven. So are we going to trust in our magic today? We do have abilities to mold and shape things. That in itself is very magical. I hope that you're approaching life with that sense of childlike wonder. Believe it or not, at one point in time, just about every kid believed in some kind of magic. Or we wouldn't be watching illusionists today. So, today we really need to pay attention to those synchronicities that are around you. Ladies and gentlemen, how long will you accept mere coincidence as just that? Remember, everything is connected. And the thing is, everything works in harmonious ways. Seriously. It is only coincidence until it is mathematically impossible for it to be so. But we're going to get to that, aren't we? Oh, it's only coincidence that Freya was drinking everyone under the table, right? Sure it was. Alright, so what are we looking at for today? Got that Queen of Swords coming in, a Page of Pentacles, and a Two of Wands. Coming upon a big decision, huh? Not sure which way to go. I can relate. I can definitely relate. Because I've been there, especially recently. I had to make my decision and sticking with it. So, let's go with the swords first, because that is definitely our air sign. But here's what we got. This is why I do love the Queen of Swords. There's an old saying, if you can't dazzle them with your brilliance, baffle them with your bullshit. Pointing right at Loki. What do I mean by that? Well, it's actually really simple. Loki, the trickster. If someone's trying to trick you, obviously they have to bullshit you. I really don't believe in bullshitting someone for someone's own good. So the Queen of Swords is there to help us cut through the bullshit. We need clear, logical thinking. And that's where that Page of Pentacles comes in. Our approach may seem a little naive, a little childlike, but that is the best part, because it is about a little risk, a little enthusiasm. And we do have a new beginning, but we have to temper our excitement for this new opportunity here with a little clear thinking. It doesn't hurt to be a little unbiased every once in a while. Bearable Bull recently did that on one of his videos, where he kind of imagined the worst possible scenario for XRP. He did that to prepare those of us who watch his channel. And some people are going to hate on him for it. I'm not among them. I totally understand where he's coming from. But that's just one example. And then you've got that Two of Wands, which is, here's our creative endeavor, but we face a choice with it. But we do have air, earth, and fire. Those three elements, we are dealing with those today. So very much grounded in realism as well. But we need to remember that it's in our personal power to affect those things. Today we're just being called to do it just a bit carefully. So how do we work our light in a world where we have to be super realistic in some way or another? Well, first off, we have the warrior woman, and that's a question. The question is, have you answered your deepest calling? I know some people who are right now. They're answering that deepest calling. And let me tell you, if it is not lighting you up, it is not your calling. Calling and occupation are two completely different things, people. And there we go. The next question you have to ask yourself with our Starseed card, what lights you up? So when you're wondering, how do I know if what I'm doing is my deepest calling? And listen, right now, for me, this is it. I know it because I love to do this. It's why I do it every morning. It's why I get so, I get a little prickly. I get a little fangy when I'm not able to do this for you. I'm serious. Or if I have to rush through it, I don't feel right. If I don't do this the way that I feel I should, yeah, it's not fun. If I let someone talk me out of doing it, not fun. So, these are the two questions for you today. Have you answered your deepest calling, and what is it that lights you up? What makes you go, yes, this is it. This is what I love the most. everything's going to have a little bit of a pain in the ass to it, but this is what should do it. I mean, look at this. Look at this guy. Look how these cards are lining up. It's kind of weird. This guy is happy. He's got that new shiny thing he wants to tell the world. And then right beneath the Queen of Swords, right beneath the Queen of Swords, ladies and gentlemen. She's not there to play your, she's not there for you to play your fucking game. Right? She's not putting up with it. So, final one. Here you are. So this is how we're going to do it. For the Sisterhood of the Rose, we have Beauty and Devotion. I see Priestess, Mystic, and Teacher. You know, teaching is actually a pretty easy job if you got somebody willing to learn. Seriously. But there's another thing. You also have to be ready to provide access to the information that's needed. You can't just assume that someone knows something. That is a big thing. So, oh man, that tea is delicious. Yeah. Still drinking Earl Grey. But you know what? I really want to get a little deeper into that Sisterhood of the Rose card for just a moment. And I hope you'll indulge me. I know this is probably going to be a little longer than you'd like, but I think it will absolutely be beneficial. Because we don't see this card often. So walking this path means being devoted to seeing and creating beauty wherever you go. The rose symbolizes the heart and the sacred geometry of all life. You are being called to notice the beauty around you, particularly in nature, and hear the whispers of Mother Earth. You're being called to spend more time in nature, as all the ancient secrets live there. Mother Earth is constantly whispering, spend time admiring her creations and you will be rewarded with insight and grace. You're being called to take a little more time to both notice the beauty that exists all around you and contribute to the beauty of the world in your own way too. This could be through your own creations or in the little things like how you dress to picking flowers for your home. Every time you devote your time to creating beauty, you harmonize the planet a little more and the shift in vibration can be felt. So the action behind this card is surround yourself with beauty and create beauty wherever you go. Might be time to get a little, take a little break from the computer, right? Just remember, we got the big weekend reading coming up tomorrow. That one's going to be a bit long. That big reading most resembles what a personal reading will look like. Okay? So, we do need to devote ourselves to things that are beautiful. I think I'm going to throw my 2 cents in here, or my 2 Satoshis, my 2 drops, whatever crypto you prefer, whatever monetary unit you prefer. It doesn't have to be physical. I'm just going to let that sink in. It doesn't have to be physical beauty. It can be, but it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be. So, yeah, we're seeing Loki. And let me tell you something, he created a little beauty too. In another poem, he lured a builder's horse away by creating a little beauty for the horse to behold, and then, yeah, he came back 9 months later after giving birth to Sleipnir, which is Odin's horse. Draw your own conclusions. Anyway, so for the first one we have manas, which we need to really develop ourselves in all the ways that we can. Anytime we increase our skill, anytime we upgrade ourselves, whether that's losing some weight so you feel better or look better, whether that's eating a little better so that you look and feel better, things like that. Develop yourselves in all the ways you can. It doesn't mean that you have to be the ultimate right away. It just means you have to begin doing it. Remember, journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Okay? The next one, we have Fehu. Here's our wealth again. Wealth does not have to be money. Let me tell you something. There's that old saying. It's been beaten to. It's a dead horse that's been beaten into glue. All that glitters isn't gold. Oh, gold and silver and platinum and diamonds, they are extremely beautiful. But don't you know they're fragile? Very, very fragile. Gold is very soft in its purest form. So is silver. Silver can be marred very easily. It can also tarnish. And diamonds, I don't care how you say it, diamonds are not forever. They're also not exactly rare. Yeah, that was a con. But anyway, your wealth, your actual wealth, your health, your friends, your family. Those three things. You got those? Yeah. Money's great. But money doesn't last. It's a great servant, but it's a lousy master. And if you let money control you, you will do things you normally would not do. All money does. Money is not really necessarily evil. What money does is it amplifies who you already are. So if you're a raging prick when you're broke and you become ultimately rich, guess what? You will be an ultimately rich prick. If you are kind and benevolent, even if it's in some way, when you become rich, if you become obscenely rich, you will be an obscenely rich, benevolent person. That's how it is. Money is just energy. You should have an abundance of that today. Finally, Thurasaz. How many times do we have to say it? This is all that drama. This is that thorn in your side. You need to remove it. Some people like to, I've known people that like to say, oh, the Thurasaz rune is the pandemic. Nope, I disagree. Because I'm doing this mostly for you watching this right now. And I'm telling you right now, if there's a personal problem in your life, doesn't necessarily have to be the pandemic. This is unnecessary drama that you can easily remove. That can mean removing people. Get rid of those toxic people from your life. Remember, you're trying to work your light. You're trying to come to that creative decision. You've got a new opportunity. Let's just sum this up, shall we? So, remember that things are not always as they seem. A lighthearted approach to today is going to be absolutely magical. You're there to spread beauty today. Do that. Cut through bullshit. Show off that new opportunity. Be proud of it. You will make... Listen. I know that this is a tough decision for you, but you will make it. You already know which way you need to go. Discard the other. Look at how this is lined up. Thurasaz is that unnecessary drama. It's going to be affecting your life. You know, those trolls on the internet or whatever. It's time to take some time away from that. Time to literally just flush it like a turd. Like a turd floating in the toilet. Hit that lever and flush the son of a bitch. Put some fucking water on it. You know, it's time to own up. It's time for you to step into what you are. You've already proven that you're the hero of your own story. It's time to own it each and every day. Today is no exception. Today you're using that new tactic of spreading the beauty around, developing yourself in all the ways you can to increase your own energy and do away with that which would hold you back. I hope I made that clear. Well, actually, yeah, I really do hope I made that clear, because that's the message I'm getting. I really don't know how else to put it. It's going to be rough trying to write this summary for Twitter. I am noticing a lot of feminine energy to this today. So guess what? Gentlemen, may not be such a good idea to go full brute force today. Maybe employ a little, definitely employ a little tact. Employ a little humor. Nothing wrong with that. And if you're at work, just make sure it's work appropriate. But the most amazing thing about this particular read today is that these cards all seem to kind of line up. Notice that? Yeah, they're pretty good. I'm loving it myself, but let me tell you something. What's really kind of catching my attention is that middle row. That Work Your Light Oracle, that middle row is really kind of doing it for me today. Would you like to see one day a week where I just choose an oracle deck and just do a reading from that one? I mean, we're already doing it with the Wednesday rune casting. I'm just saying we could do that too. That's fine. Comment down below. Not asking you to smash a like button. I'm asking you to comment down below. Give me a little feedback. What do you like? What would you like to see? Would you like to see more of the Work Your Light Oracle, the White Light Oracle, Sacred Rebels Oracle, more Rider-Waite, more Uncommon Tarot, more Raven's Prophecy Tarot? Would you like to see me use a different tarot deck? Would you like to see me use one of the smaller ones? I've been packing one of those around lately. It's been fun. Kind of people at work, just for fun, I'll have them do a random card draw and tell them just kind of what that card's about and how it relates to them. It's a lot of fun. They seem to get a kick out of it. And those that don't want to do it, well, you don't have to. Anyway. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is so much fun. I know it doesn't sound like that sometimes. I really do. I know there's not a lot of excitement in my voice. However, yes, this is very calming and relaxing, very soothing to me. And the fact that I can wake up each day and do this with you, just makes things so much more worthwhile for me. In any case, I hope this reading resonated with you. I hope that you are able to look around and see that there are no coincidences. I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Get ready for tomorrow's big Friday reading. And as always, my friends, do what lights you up. Spread that beauty around. Remove the unnecessary drama. And you will find wealth unimaginable. And as always, shine on.